Hare Krishna. So today I want to tell you what is bhakti-yoga. Just give you a brief summary of what bhakti-yoga is, but then give you one Gita shloka, one shloka from the Gita. That's the essence of how bhakti is practiced, and actually the essence of the whole path of yoga, of the whole Bhagavad-gita. Okay? So first, bhakti-yoga is the yoga of devotion. Bhakti means devotion, means love, means giving service, offering service. It's that loving connection. In the Bhagavad-gita, we see three main practices of yoga being taught by Krishna. We see karma yoga. Karma means action. So karma yoga is the action of yoga. So how to connect with the divine, how to become spiritual in your action. So it's about action, acting. And then we see jnana yoga. Jnana means knowledge, means wisdom. So jnana yoga is how to connect with the Supreme through knowledge, thinking, knowledge, just, getting your facts right. So knowledge yoga. So it's a thinking, rational process. The other one is an action process. And then the third one, the third major vector of yoga is bhakti-yoga. And bhakti is about love. So bhakti would be the sentiments, the feeling of love. So then you complete action, thought, and feeling, which is, it's all you can do, right? You can act, you can think, you can feel. That's the summary of what a sentient being can do, right? So in yoga, we cover those three with these three terms: karma yoga, jnana yoga, and bhakti yoga. But bhakti, the feeling, is the highest because it's love. Love is the highest expression of the soul. So bhakti yoga, Krishna identifies in the Bhagavad-gita as being the highest practice of yoga. The most important practice of yoga is bhakti yoga. Of course, it's all one thing. But if you just act and you just think and you don't have the feeling, then it's, you're not there yet. You have to have that love, that loving feeling. You have to have that feeling of love to be able to complete your spiritual progress. So I want to give you now one shloka from the Gita, this beautiful shloka from the Gita, which summarizes how this bhakti is practiced and actually summarizes the entire path of yoga. And that's in chapter 9, verse 27. So first, I want to give you just the sound of the Sanskrit. I just want to read you the verse in its original Sanskrit form, and then we'll do the word for word, and then we'll do the translation. And in case you don't know, the Bhagavad-gita is the root of yoga. It's the most important yoga text where Krishna directly explains the entire path of yoga, all the spiritual knowledge you need. Everything is summed up beautifully by Krishna in the Bhagavad-gita. It's 700 verses of just beautiful philosophy and explanations on what is spiritual life, what is the soul, what is God, and how to practice. It talks about karma yoga, jnana yoga, bhakti yoga, dhyana yoga, the yoga of meditation. It's a complete explanation of the whole spiritual path. So it's very important. If you don't know it, you should definitely try to go for it. I do sometimes what's called a Bhagavad-gita week, where I have this online event where I explain the Bhagavad-gita, and I also have, of course, the Bhagavad-gita online course, and people from all over the world have been doing this course, and they love it also, where we explain the whole Bhagavad-gita. But anyway, so let me read you this one beautiful shloka from the Gita. Yad karoṣi yad aśnāsi yad juhoṣi dadāsi yad. Ya tapasyasi kaunteya tad kuruṣva mad-arpaṇam. Let me read it one more time. Yad karoṣi yad aśnāsi yad juhoṣi dadāsi yad. Ya tapasyasi kaunteya tad kuruṣva mad-arpaṇam. It's beautiful, isn't it? So let me give you the word-for-word translation so you can understand the verse as it's been said by Krishna. Yat, whatever. Karoṣi, you do. Yat, whatever. Aśnāsi, you eat. Yat, whatever. juhoṣi, you offer. Dadāsi, you give away. Yat whatever. Tapasyasi, austerities you perform. Tapas, you perform. The word tapas means everything you do with grit, everything that you're doing the right thing, even though it's not immediately pleasant or exactly what he wanted to do, but you do it because it's the right thing to do. It's what's called of you. It's the best of you at that moment, not the most comfortable, not the easiest, but the best of you. So that's tapas. So he says, whatever tapas you perform. Kaunteya, O son of Kunti, right? It's Arjuna. Bhagavad-gita is Krishna, God, talking to Arjuna, the great warrior. And Arjuna was the son of the great queen Kunti. So he says, O son of Kunti. Tat, that, kuruṣva, do. Mat, unto me. Arpaṇam, as an offering. And that's the key word here. Arpaṇam, as an offering. So, what's Krishna saying? Let's read the translation. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, and whatever austerities, tapas, you perform, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me. So it's a beautiful verse. So Krishna is saying then is that the path of yoga means living the best life you can, the most noble, doing the very best of you, the best you can come up with, as an offering to God, in love, in bhakti. So bhakti means this loving offering where you're doing everything as an offering, giving. And bhakti has this element of giving. And that's the beauty of yoga. Yoga isn't about going to a temple or going to a church or doing some ritual, or doing a prayer here and there. It's about your life being a spiritual practice. That's what I love about yoga, and that's why it's spoken in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. It's like, what, in the battlefield? Yeah, even that, because that was, that was a necessity. Arjuna had to do that. It was his tapas. So yeah, that as well as an offering. So when you go to work, when you clean the bathrooms in your house, when you take care of your kids, when you pay your taxes, as you're driving to work, as you're at work, you're doing your spreadsheets, you're writing a project, you're answering the phone, do that as an offering. That is your divine offering. That is your offering to God. It's a beautiful concept. Your whole life is an offering. Your whole life is your chance to practice spirituality. By being the best person, by following your dharma. That's a whole topic we can talk about. Like what your dharma is. That's what the term is, dharma. It's like the best of you. Your essence, the best of you according to who you are. The best action according to who you are. That's dharma. It's about you, the best of you at the given moment, your dharma. So you do that as a loving offering to God in this connection. And you're experiencing this loving connection, bhakti-yoga, while throughout the day, every day, day in, day out, you're experiencing bhakti. So it's a way to understand bhakti-yoga and how to practice bhakti-yoga in your day-to-day life. If you have any questions, please leave your comments below, your questions below, and I would love to try to help you with those questions. Let's end by reading this verse one more time. So again, it's chapter 9, verse 27. Yad karoṣi, yad aśnāsi, yad juhoṣi, dadāsi, yad tapasyasi, kaunteya, tad kuruṣva, mad-arpaṇam. Hare Krishna.